young Clova. How
For
you doing,
real,
man?
for real. What's good? What's good? Appreciate y'all having me on. Appreciate y'all
For
having me
sure,
on.
bro. I'm sure it's quite an ask to get you in this early in the morning, but we appreciate you coming through. So yeah, man. For the listeners that don't know, tell them a little bit more about yourself and what you've been doing around town.
Yeah. So I am an artist from South Austin. Uh, yeah, and I do a little bit of everything. Songwrite. I work with promotion. Promote. I have a promotional company, Keep Austin Live, here in the city, where we do showcases, we do pop up events, mainly just helping artists, giving them a platform to be able to perform and showcase their content. Uh, Also run a media company also through Keep Austin Live, which has been picking up traction. So I do that. Say performing, rapping. Like I said, I do a little bit of everything. Song engineering. So yeah, usually have my hands in a lot of stuff that's going on in the scene in the city. So
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
then you got this event coming up at Empire, and you and your team were recently awarded the Live Music Fund grant by the City of Austin. So talk a little bit more about this series that you're doing at Empire.
Yeah. So recently, Keep Austin Live was awarded through the Austin Live Music Fund. We were able to get that as through a promoter. So shout out to the city of Austin. And yeah, this event that we do have coming up on October 23rd is going to be at Empire. This first one is going to be the Hippie Experience. We're gonna have Southside Hippie, Norman Bass, Space Goons, Vintage J, a whole bunch of artists, that are coming up in the scene, that are gonna be on that show. And basically, what we're gearing up to do with this is just what we've been doing is just kind of shining a light on the Austin rappers, and not just the rappers but Austin artists that are out here, that have been out here, you know putting in their work, putting in the grind, and folks that got motion, that actually have people supporting them, folks that have toured and traveled and done stuff of that type of nature. uh, and then of course artists that are coming up also too. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to help the scene elevate. You know what I'm saying? So with this first event coming up, that's going to be the one of many showcases that we're going to have, leading up, of course, to South by. And then at South by, that's where I really want to do something major. Something that's going to like take over that whole week.
Right. I feel that. I feel that.
Yes,
Gotta
sir.
make the presence felt.
Come on.
So, as someone who's been doing hip hop for, we'll say, quite a while.
For sure.
You're a very young 21-year-old, so you've seen, in your short time, you've seen a few things here and there.
Definitely.
So, talk a little bit more about what it's been like for you being a hip hop artist from Austin, doing a lot of cool things, but then also, I'm sure at times being frustrated that hip hop sometimes doesn't get the same sort of limelight that other genres do.
For sure. I mean, man, we've been in it for a while.
Sure.
Harris, like, since the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely has been a journey, you know what I'm saying? And early on, because Keep Austin Live really it started as a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? So, and with that mixtape, I had John D's on there.
Shout out John D's.
Shout out John D's. I had Cutter Music on there.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was really just a local project or whatnot, but it had the local sound on there also. So with doing that, I mean, all of that was hands on. You know what I'm saying? It was all hands on, from funding it to funding the engineering, the studio sessions, even the actual event that we threw. That was basically the CD release party. That was hands on too. So
Very DIY.
yeah, exactly. So there was a song that was on there, "Wax On, Wax Off," that originally that was supposed to be on the Karate Kid, the new Karate Kid. Mm-hmm. That was gonna be one of the first sync placements that I got. You know what I'm saying? Early on. But the deal, I mean, it wasn't like the best of deals. But looking back on it, it would have been something that would have that could have helped my
Yeah, it
career
would have
early
been
on.
some paper, would have been a light. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I passed on it, but with that being said, it made me have to go through the grind. You know what I'm saying? Doing those showcases every week. You know what I'm saying? Being in the studio all the time, networking with all the artists, and even like popping up in spots like KZI. Like one of the first interviews or podcasts that I ever did was at KZI. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, and that was back in like 2013, 2014. You know what I'm saying? So, doing that, I was able to see hands on how the city does treat artists and rappers, and we do tend to get the short end of the stick sometimes in the city, but the thing is, it's like with almost every Texas artist or whatnot, it shows you how to get that self-independence. You know what I'm saying? To be self-sufficient, to be able to okay, let me learn how to get these sync deals.
Yeah,
let me learn how to
book an agent and gotta be on your own.
come on. Let me learn how to throw these events so I can make money from doing these.
Yourself.
Come on.
How to empower yourself.
Exactly. Let me went to school a little bit for the audio engineering. So let me like when we was at the music lab. So let me start recording artists, which we've been recording artists even before that. But yeah, you have to do all that. But with that, you learn the different avenues and different businesses of being not just a musician, but just like an overall entrepreneur. Yeah, within the system. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing is, after a while, you'll start learning like, and I love doing music. I'll do music forever. But you'll start seeing that like out of everybody that's within this music realm, the person that's usually performing and doing all that, they making the less money out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the person that is the videographer, the person, come on, the venue owner, the promoter, the the manager, or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Them folks is making money, and they ain't just making money with the
bartenders.
Yeah, come on, and it ain't just like a window of time that they're making money. Like somebody that's
they're not bound by certain age limits the same way that a performer might be.
Exactly. So now you're like really hands on within the industry, or now you have created a business that you could thrive off on for forever. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? But within that being said, I mean, within these last 3, 4, 5 years, there has been a transformation in the scene to where like, and it could be Austin itself too. You know what I'm saying? Because Austin has become more mainstream. You know what I'm saying? And commercial. But with that, like, it's shining more light on the artists that are out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the people who still stayed down, you know what I'm saying? And the ones who are coming up right now too, but the ones that have stayed down, they're starting to reap the benefits, you know what I'm saying, of, not just leaving, or not just, I'm gonna just make, a couple of albums, or I'll make an album and then I'm gonna just, they just sideways, or not they're like part-time rapping or part-time being a musician. They ain't really have the love for it, you know what I'm saying? But when the love is there, man, yeah, it's gonna come through. Yeah, come on, 100%.
Yeah, man. So we talked a little bit about maybe the potential downsides of being in the hip hop industry in Austin, but at the same time, there are a lot worse places to be in the entertainment industry than Austin. Obviously, places like Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, they have a little bit more of a ingrained hip hop culture within the city than maybe Austin has. But there's so many opportunities for creatives here that you don't find in other cities. Talk a little bit about how you feel about that, especially given that you've seen South by grow over the last 2 decades.
Nah, for sure. So this is the one thing that I always tell people. The cheat code in Austin is within it being the live music capital of the world.
Right.
Most people, or most artists who, usually perform with like live bands and stuff like that, they end up usually taking off a little bit faster than people who are just, performing with the DJ or whatnot. And, and that's no diss to anybody that's doing that, you know what I'm saying? But from my experience, the people who usually work with live bands end up taking off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole gang of people that we can name in Austin who are actually from here, who with live bands, they're touring, they're making money, they're thriving within this scene that a lot of people like us don't thrive in. So yeah, man, that's the whole thing. I mean, South by Southwest is right here in our backyard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Twitter got big during South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so many different tech companies, music companies, movies that have basically taken off
Right.
during South by. You know what I'm saying? So us being natives of the city, that's something that you really have to take advantage of. And even if it's just not from performing, because of course everybody's going to perform,
Right.
you got to take advantage of it from a business standpoint.
From a marketing perspective.
Man, come on, man. People coming out here making millions of dollars, or making money that's going to last them for months or even like a whole year worth of revenue within just that 1 week or 2 weeks of being here. So, if they can do that, it's like, why can't we do that? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's really just like not sleeping on that, because you'll see it all the time. People like, oh, here come the folks coming out for South by to this, but it's like, nah, man, don't look down on that. Like, that's an opportunity for you to like really elevate your
brand.
Man, come on. Just like hundreds of thousands of people coming in here during that time. You know what I'm saying? So come on. That's like the South by, like the Super Bowl for artists. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Super Bowl is the most watched
event.
In the world.
Yes.
And that's kind of how it is with South by. It's like one of the biggest live music conferences in the world. It might be the biggest one. I know at one point it was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not take advantage of that?
Nah, I feel that. Let's talk a little bit about the Austin hip hop scene, man. Like we said, you've been at this thing a little bit, and I'm sure back when you first started, the idea of an Austin rapper being big was just like, oh man, like, who's he gonna beat? How's it gonna happen? What's
Facts.
gonna happen? Now you fast forward to 2024, you got guys like Quentin NFN from the 2-4 doing crazy numbers online.
Yes, sir.
You got guys like Mexican OT who grew up going to Stony Point, and is heavy in Austin now, just performed at ACL Fest.
Facts.
You got people coming to Austin, becoming hip hop or R&B artists.
Yes,
that are
sir.
based out of Austin, like let's say Avi the Nomad or like Black Odyssey.
100%. Yeah.
They-
All dope too.
yeah.
All dope.
So, what's your take on it, man? Like, how have you seen this stuff evolve over the years?
Okay, so because there's generations to this rap scene. You know what I'm saying, in Austin, and when I first came into the scene, like I was young. You know what I'm saying, I was freestyling at the Jump On It's and stuff like that. So I was connecting with some of the up and coming rappers in the scene during that time too. And I want to say one of the first mixtapes that I got from somebody was Nook. You know what I'm saying? Got one from Nook, and then after that, I want to say it was Gutter. You feel me? Yeah,
Wow.
and yeah, Gutter.
Shout out to Nook.
Come on,
Shout
and
out
then
to Nook.
and then after that, I want to say it was Crawdaddy. You know what I'm saying? In the South Side. So
Yeah.
yeah. So seeing that was like, okay, there's a scene out here. There's some stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Let me start. I'm already freestyling and trying to, So after me playing basketball and all that in high school or whatnot, and baseball, I was like, you know what? Let me try to give a crack at trying to get into this scene. You know what I'm saying? And seeing it then, it was like a lot going on, because you had like the What It Do family,
Right.
you had the CODs,
Yeah,
and
Chadwick.
come on, there was a bunch of folks that was coming on the scene then, and then here comes us, starting us Throat House Click, and then linking with, Fireboy and Southern Made to make Die Slow. Man, like, when we came on the scene, it was a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? But that helped us. That helped us to where, we could be everywhere at one time.
Right.
And the social media was just getting popping back then. You talking about MySpace days, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So seeing that and seeing rappers, from our class like LNS, you know what I'm saying, the Team Nexus, like a bunch of heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying, coming up during that time, it was great seeing what was going on in the scene, because it was like a energy there. And of course it had been there, you know what I'm saying, but man, like a lot of folks that I came up with, they're still doing it. You know what I'm saying? They're still working in the music industry. They're still performing. They're still like making money off of this. You know what I'm saying? So there has been a lot of people, of course, that'll be like, oh, you know, there's no unity, this, and that. But
the eternal.
yeah, but I've just never seen it.
Right.
As far as like what they talking about.
Is there a place that has unity? Like, I feel like the same memes where you're like, you know, in this city people help each other up, or in Atlanta, right? It's always Atlanta or Houston that they say everyone helps each other.
Come on.
And then people in that city are like, this is the farthest thing from the truth.
Yeah.
There's no unity here.
No, facts. They always UNITY, you know what I'm saying? Like what? Right. Like, come on, it's out here, it's been out here. And so this has always been my take on it. The people who are working are gonna find the other people who are working. Like if you really working at your craft, you really in these studios, really performing downtown, hitting the open mics, really networking like you supposed to network, then you're gonna naturally, organically link with these other people who are like-minded with you.
Right.
And y'all are gonna come together like Voltron, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And it's gonna make something successful happen out of that. And I've seen it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen it many times, from rather it be just us, you know, audio engineering studio, you know, having the studios, whether it be at our houses, whether it be at Music Lab. You're seeing the different artists coming in and out, young, old, middle age, whatever. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of like how it happened with the Quinn situation. You know what I'm saying? Like
y'all saw him early.
Bro, being as to certified, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Biz Cert, you know what I'm saying? Man, the Music Lab was rolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. And then when him and Mass, when they united, like it was like an atomic bomb explosion, you know what I'm saying? Him, Mask, and Southside Hippie, bars, everybody just coming in there, just creating in that room. And then boom, that's when I'm usually there, you know what I'm saying? Either songwriting, helping set the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Or helping produce, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's when I seen Quinn just being in the studio. And I have been seeing him online. This is early on too. This is early on, you know what I'm saying? Before talking my shit and all of that.
Right.
Yeah. And as soon as I seen him, I was like, oh yeah, man, this dude right here, he got something for real, you know what I'm saying? And so then boom, I see him like 3-4 more times. I see like his creative process and everything. And we tapping in, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, soon as Maz does the Elevate, soon as he makes the Elevate room, it's like the first song, the video that Quinn does in there, it ends up being his biggest record ever. True. And then and one of the biggest records in the city.
Yeah, for sure.
From an artist, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
From an artist. So seeing that made, like, personally seeing it was like, okay, this shit really possible.
Right.
You know, my bad, because this is really, my bad. This is really possible. You know what I'm saying? And seeing it from there, it inspired a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, to, of course, take their craft more serious, make more music, make more content and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But my point is, with saying all of that, is like, if people wasn't working those studios, songwriting and doing all of that, then none of that would have happened how it happened.
No. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even me getting my first sync deal, you know what I'm saying, came through that Music Lab with linking with, you know, Mass, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Mass ATX, but linking with him and you know, us creating and doing that, you know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the whole Austin scene, and this can be any scene. It's like if you work and you get to it, you are gonna tap in with the other creators, like straight up. It's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like 100%, and I truly believe that, like, because I've seen it.
Oh, I tell you, you're right, and that's in any endeavor.
Anything, not even just music.
Exactly.
Like-minded individuals are going to tap in with other like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying?
And hey, KAZI 8.7 FM is a clear proof of that in the pudding. 42 years strong.
Come on.
You know, we gotta let you go. It's coming up on 9:30. We're gonna play some local music. We got your song with Certified and Bars Robinson, followed by Grandma's Recipe with Southside Hippie. Then we're gonna close it out with some more local acts. We got Intensive Care Unit, Mobley, and Lisa Alani. They just dropped some new songs. Along with Who Killed Kenny, who just played ACL Fest.
Oh, beautiful.
Who Killed Kenny out of Pflugerville. We got Kid Jones single with Jackie Benson. And we're closing out with ATX Round Rock Legends, Gary Clark Jr. and Black Joe Lewis. let the people know before we get out of here where they can find you on social media and about the show that's coming up this week.
Yeah, so on Instagram, you can look me up at Clova Yoda. That is Clover with an A. And then, or Keep Austin Live _. You know what I'm saying? That's the promotional company. Y'all definitely tap in with Keep Austin Live. We're doing free promo on there, free collabs, free stories, all of that. So come tap in with me on there. I got you. And y'all pull up. Y'all pull up, man. This Wednesday, we're going to be at the Empire, you know what I'm saying, in the control room. It's going to be the hippie experience, and it is going to be an experience to remember. So y'all pull up, tap in with us, you know what I'm saying, and let's get it for real.
What time?
That's a good question. And y'all pull up at 8 o'clock. Doors open at 8.
I'm glad that you say pull up, because Empire Control Room used to be a garage.
I
So
remember.
pull up.
Yeah, for real. I like the garage door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to my man Young Clova pulling up. You feel me? Keep Austin Live, Southside, Die Slow for quite a bit. This has been your boy H Plus. I got my co-host Harrison Eppright here with me.
Hey there.
And we're gonna close it out with Die Slow. Then we're gonna show some love to our sponsors, and then be back to close it out with more local music. So y'all keep it locked. This is KAZI 8.7 FM, the voice of Austin.
Thank you for your